Good morning. Give me a sec to let some people join. Still having a riot with this hair of mine. Never mind. It's better when you can't see yourself in the mirror, which is my phone right now. So today we are going to be talking about control, security and approval. Morning, Craig. We're also going to be talking about separation and oneness. These are a little less obvious. Morning, Janice. And so all this work is not about blame, judgment, any of that. It's all about raising your awareness. And we're understanding now there are so many different things that impact our health and happiness. And we've always been focusing on diet and exercise. And really, it's far more complex than that. And thanks to the amazing work of Kelly Turner, of the 9 radical remission steps, only 2 of them had to do with food. Exercise wasn't even in it in her book because the people that she interviewed were so ill they couldn't even walk or sit up hardly. So what they did was they adjusted their food, definitely, and took supplements. But the other things that they did were they had a strong social support network. And again, we know community and altruism heals. And this whole pandemic strategy, forget whether there's a virus there or not, what the government are asking us to do is anti-human. Good morning, Tracy. It's actually splitting our communities up. And we even had one of the MPs saying, yes, snitch on your neighbours. And that may sound or seem like something that, people have to obey the laws. It's much more insidious than that because it really creates conflict within communities. And you'll see that. People have different points of view. And I was listening to Joe Dispenza this morning. Morning, Mary. And he was talking about how within his community, his very advanced community, which is about unifying and raising consciousness, and it's not for everybody because it's pretty strict and pretty in-depth. There's a lot of studying to do, and within his online communities there's been this division has appeared because of different political, let's face it, political beliefs. And it was really interesting that he's having the same problems as everyone, that when your government is instigating fear and division and asking you to snitch on your neighbours, that can never, ever be good for your own health. Because even if you do snitch on your neighbour, you'll know deep down inside it wasn't a very nice thing to do, especially if you didn't go or phone them or have a chat with them first. Because, it is all about respect for each other, and instead of trying to bring each other down. And believe you me, I have been thinking a lot of negative thoughts about people as well. But I catch myself and I understand that is just another trigger for me to identify and release and become more free from it. So again, when we're talking about the Sedona method, there's so much going on in our subconscious that we really have no idea about until you start really delving into your own habits, programs, conditions, and are at least a little bit willing to take responsibility for how you behave and react. Then this work will seem completely alien to you. But if you've already been doing a little bit of self-awareness and say, right, okay, I reacted there, I will take full responsibility for that. And we're human, we're all going to react, let's face it. There's probably a lot more reacting to be done. But as long as we can acknowledge, apologise and resolve any conflict that we're having. I will be choosing not to be vaccinated, but I have friends who have been vaccinated and who will be vaccinated. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's the freedom of choice. There's no need for us to fall out about that. When it comes to the difference in the political system, I do sometimes think I cannot believe people can't see what I see. but I know that they can't. They don't, won't, never will. So what do you do with that? Do you get more angry, more critical, more because ultimately what you're saying is, if somebody's not behaving, thinking, believing, doing the things that you think they should be, that's control. You want to control other people. And if you think, do you like being controlled? No. Most of us don't want to be controlled, and we can feel when somebody is trying to control us, and it makes you resist, and it means that we get more of this clash, and we get the complete opposite from what we want, which is peace. So let's look at control to start with, wanting control. So let me just make this clear to start with. So if you're wanting control, maybe you want your partner to be different. Maybe you want your children to be different. Maybe you want your work colleagues to be different. Maybe you want your politicians, me, to be different. Maybe you want, maybe there's lots of things out there, your external, maybe you like the weather to be different. That's me too. So we're all at some level wishing things were different. And that is about control. We want to control things, or we are allowing things out with our control to impact us negatively. Now, there's the very obvious things that are in the moment. You read something and you think, they're an idiot, he's an idiot, she's an idiot, whatever. But there's also, and there's the things that you project into the future. You're going to see a member of your family maybe, because very often right now, family members have very opposing points of view. They're going to bang on about their beliefs, and you want to be right, so you want to bang on about your beliefs. Morning, Sean. So either way, we're wishing people and we're wishing things were different. And this is where you take up the valuable energy. How long have you been wishing the Scottish weather was different? How long have you been wishing your partner was different, your children were different, so that you could be happy? So you see that we put this out. If these things were different, we would be happy. That's a belief. And it's rubbish, because the beliefs that we have are filtered through our emotions. So if that problem disappeared, guess what happens? Another one. When you're in that problem state, another problem will come in. And what tends to happen when we go into the negative state is it'll be the problems that are at the top of the mind that come in hardest. And then if we solve that one, guess what? There's another problem there waiting for you to solve. So if we start looking at all the problems that we have to solve, it's pretty exhausting as well. If we put our hands up and think, well, how long have I been wishing they would change? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, a whole life. You can see how that takes a lot of energy, wishing that people would change. It doesn't work. It never ever works. And what the brilliant thing about the Sedona method and this work is that you change. And when you change, when you're different, when we behave differently, when we perceive differently, everything that comes towards us is different as well. Everything. And that's what's great fun. And I'm going to invite you to work on a person today. One person who you feel brings your energy down. There's a toxic relationship for all of us, and we participate in them because we probably keep them spinning with resistance. So if you've got one person in your life that you're struggling with right now, this is going to be brilliant exercise for that, because you will be able to measure it. You'll see it working in front of your eyes. Maybe even in the rest of this session, in half an hour, you'll notice the difference on how they've changed. So, wanting control. The other thing that I need to make clear is there's nothing wrong with being in control of your protocols, having self-discipline, making sure that you're doing the right things as much as to the best you can. That is obviously essential for being any level of successful human, including being peaceful. because this work takes discipline and commitment and control as well. But the word to really pay attention to is the wanting. So with Sedona method, let me give you an example. If I want a new job and I'm going for a promotion, so my desire is this new job and I really want it with all my heart. And then, so from the Sedona method perspective, I would visualise myself getting that job, getting the acceptance phone call, the letter. I would see the success, and then I would go into the underlying wants. What are my underlying wants? Why do I want that job so much? And then you identify, if you're honest, maybe it's a management job and you want more control over how people behave. Maybe you want approval. Maybe you want to prove to your parents. It's a big thing for people, that you want your parents to be proud of you. Or maybe your partner or somebody, or maybe ex-schoolmates that used to bully you or whatever. There might be approval in there, or just approval from yourself. Now, none of these things are wrong, but they're just helping you identify the hooks that keep us hooked into stuff that we don't really want. Security. We want the security of the bigger wage, the security of the longer term contract. Okay, so then you start to realise, well, maybe you don't really want the job because you were wanting to prove to your parents that you could do it, and to yourself maybe, and now you've got, you know you can do it, you can let go of wanting the job. So what want says on an energetic level is I don't have. It says lack. So does the person have to be still alive? Good question, Lynn. No, they don't. Absolutely not. And that's a really great question, because very often people die and we've not resolved the conflict because of the way we perceive death. And also the other person doesn't need to even be in the room or the same town. They don't even need to know that you're doing this work, because there are people, particularly right now, that we think we'll see again that we might not see again because of the madness that's going on. So that's all mind stuff. You can work on any relationship, whether they've left the physical body or whether they're still here or whether they're physically in a different continent or whatever. So let's look like a relationship, the classic mother relationship. So your relationship with your mother, which may or may not be fantastic, I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's always things there that we can release on. And if you are a mother and you have children, you'll know that, particularly as the children get older and more conflicts come in and their personalities start to go their own way. So mums, I have to say, if we're not very careful, we become very controlling. And what that need to control for mums does is it exhausts us, absolutely exhausts us, and it doesn't work. So 2 good reasons not to try to work with this exercise and to let it go. There's a really good book called The Magic, which I think it's Rhonda Byrne that wrote it, the same woman that wrote The Secret. Anyway, just look it up, The Magic. So what you do is you start, again, like I've been saying, focus on what you would love, not your worst case scenario. You're focusing on your best case scenario and write it down. So if you have, because trust me in this one, when we think about health, wealth and relationships, the thing that will be getting you down most will be your relationships. And if you can resolve your relationships to some degree, your immune system will get stronger, your heart resonance will get cleaner and clearer, you will live a much more vital, happy life. Now, that does not mean letting people off the hook if they've really hurt you in the past or disappointed you or betrayed you. We have to be aware that there are assholes out there, but it's about, they don't need to be in your life, but you can still not have any electrical current. You don't electrocute yourself with the thought of them, because that's what we do. So we need to let go of all these electrical negative reactions to the memories we have about people from the past and the people that we're projecting that will be in our future. So please know that this work is not about letting people off the hook. The very, very opposite. I 100% know that if you are horrible to somebody, that will come back at you. And it might not come in this lifetime, but it will come back. None of us get off the hook for really abhorrent behaviour, evil behaviour. We just don't. It always comes back. We always learn the lessons. That's the way the energy works. Right, Izzy. Yeah, so you're not letting MD off the hook. You let the universe sorts out the energy, the karma, etc. So there's no need. Yeah, give me a minute, Jackie. I'm just about to show you. I'm just setting the scene right now. So if you find the person, get the person, and I'm going to get you to get the person into your mind's eye, and then we're going to let them go, quite literally. And remember, it's not the person, it's the memory, the electrical current that's attached to that memory that does the damage. Every time you think about it, you feel the pain. And what we're doing is we're unhooking that electrical current from that memory. Now, I hope that makes sense, because what our body does is it takes a snapshot. It takes a lot of snapshots in time when we have very intense emotional experiences, good, bad, and bad. And then we get what they call trigger is the kind of word for now. We get reactive over certain things, and sometimes the person or the situation, we don't even know why we're reacting like that. It just brings out this pain and hurt and all of that stuff there. And we have this reaction, but it's all based in the past. And I'm telling you right now, pretty much everything we're experiencing right now is from the past. It's from the programming. Yeah, exactly. So, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? The need to be right is the ego. And that is a biggie, 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 biggie. Sometimes you have to listen to stuff and just go, oh my God, what? I can't believe you see the world like that. And if you don't react, because what happens is if you just let go of all your judgment and resistance, this energy just falls flat. So the other person gets a chance to really hear what they've said, and they'll feel it in their body if you're not there pushing back at them. And that's a big challenge, particularly right now, so I invite you to go there. So when we want somebody to behave differently, that's about control. When we behave differently, that's where the people pleasing comes in. And there's a very fine line between wanting to help people, and I absolutely know this myself, because ever since we had the experience when Joanna was diagnosed with leukemia, it's so overwhelmingly painful that you understand and you empathise with anybody else in that position and you want to help. And we can only help others over the other side of it when we can truly be in a non-emotive place and use the techniques. You can only do that if you know about ego. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody on this live knows about the ego. If you don't know about the ego, pop me a wee message. Yeah, so when we have been through a tragedy, emotional pain or trauma or abuse or whatever, and we can come out the other side and look at it without all that pain, and to be able to tell the story without reliving the electrocution of it, that is when we are free. And this is when we can really help people without getting worn down ourselves, because we can see that when all these hooks are attached, it belongs firmly in the past where it should be. And that is another real gift. And thanks to a lot of amazing plant medicines right now, which are really powerful for overcoming intense trauma. And obviously all these techniques that if you really practice, yeah, so if you practice these techniques over and over and over, then you will get a result. It's neuroscience. We have the power. But the problem right now is most of us are juggling the past. There's a lot of stuff stored in the hard drive that we don't understand is there. So this wanting to please or believing if we behave differently, people will behave differently for us. So, and it's very common in relationships where you want to make somebody happy, but in actual fact, no matter what you do, they're never going to be happy because they don't understand that for all of us, our happiness is our responsibility, and other people can definitely enhance and engage. That's the humanness. But in the West, we've kind of lost a wee bit of that, where it's not about serving and making people happy, and people from different countries. I know in Mexico and India and Filipinos, I'm talking about the people I know, they want to serve and make you happy genuinely, and you're in their DNA. Kindness with no agenda, not wanting things back from you. And we're very much, I was thinking that this morning about healing. Well, I'll tell you how you can heal yourself, but if you give me a lot of money, I mean, that just is innately wrong to me. If I have information that can help you and I wouldn't give it to you unless you gave me money, that's why for me it all has to be free. We need to take away the agenda of money, because look where we are because of all of that desire and that need, and that always can you trust people really when there's billions of pounds behind their products? Anyway, that's another argument. So, control, security, approval. These are the underlying wants that we may not be aware of. And when you start to really examine this work, you'll hear, immediately. You can hear and feel the agenda, because when you work with kinesiology, which I work with quite a lot, you're very, very alert to what the cells are saying and what the heart's saying, and it will, your intuition becomes much stronger, which is your heart, your brain, and your pineal gland. This is giving you the inside information. What's happening here? What are we listening to here? What are we believing here? So that is always in there until you can really recreate that relationship with your body and that trust, that level of trust. These techniques are really, really helpful to help you understand yourself and understand your partner. Great to do this in relationships, because, our relationships, it's very easy for them to, people can be suspicious of kindness. Absolutely, but we have to have a level of what's going on here, I think, and it's a shame, because I just think in the West we just forgot how to be human. I think this is, and it's now getting exacerbated, and hopefully we're all going to awaken and understand that we're all in it together, truly. Right, so let's get on with it, because I want to do a short meditation with you again today as well to really expand the cells. When you can let go of all the resentment, anger, disappointment, all the stuff that we have experienced with other humans, and maybe we even came here to experience them. Imagine that. We're like, right, okay, I need to let go of that because it's taking up far too much space in my hard drive. It no longer serves me. I am now, and this is what happens as you get older, you start to judge people based on all the stuff that others have done to you in the past, because you cannot let go. And again, I have to say, women are really bad at this, holding on to the past, dragging stuff up from decades ago, where you're just like, whoa, why are you talking about something that happened 50 years ago? Why is that still inflicting on your suffering and pain in this moment? So hugely, hugely important if you want to have really meaningful, transparent relationships, that you do this work. You just can't do it otherwise. And if you're single and you're looking for another relationship, clear out all the garbage from the past so that you're not cynical and suspicious, because there are good people out there, but we get lessons, we don't always get the fairy tale. Right, so has everybody got one person that is particularly annoying in the lightest, gentlest sense of the word? So, tap with me. Even although, and you can say that person's name, they are really annoying. I cannot believe the things that they do and say. I cannot believe that they can't see what's going on. I cannot believe that they want a vaccine, don't want a vaccine. I cannot believe they don't believe in conspiracy theories or do believe in conspiracy theories. Bring it all in. I can't. They think I'm crazy. I think they're crazy. Even although this person has been really, really a helpful trigger for me, although it didn't feel very helpful. Even although it brings up lots of emotions, rage, anger, hurt, disappointment, bring it all in, all the emotions. I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even though it feels as if they don't care. And even although it feels hurtful and sad. And even although I feel as if I've lost a friend. Even though I can't believe all the toxic things and negative things that they say. Or I say. Even although this has been a really hard time for me, my family and my friends. And this person just doesn't seem to understand how I am feeling. Isn't doing the things that I want them to do. Isn't believing the things I want them to believe. Even although I would really like to change them. I would really like to control them. But I can't. But even although I've been having these thoughts and feelings, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I want to control things, even although I feel I'm being controlled or people are trying to control me, even although I know control doesn't work, but I can't help myself, even although I feel myself cracking up sometimes, I feel anger, rage, overwhelm, sadness, disappointment. I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Okay, deep breath. And just take your eyes up to each corner of the room, down to each corner, up, 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 down and back. Just let the energy settle. Just allow the energy to settle. See what the mind says. Sometimes the mind will chuck up some stuff. Thoughts will come in. Feelings will come in. Memories will come in. It's all good. Just allow everything. And then we're going to tap. I'm now open to letting go of all wanting control. I'm releasing all this energy, freeing up all this energy for setting my cells free. I am a powerful spiritual being, energy being, use your own words. I allow my perception to expand. I allow my cells to release outdated information. It is safe for me to let go of all wanting control. Letting go of wanting control allows me to be in control. I'm taking my eyes off others and I'm focusing on the inside. I free myself from all reactions from the past. I allow myself to expand and relax. I allow myself to let go of all fear. I allow myself to release all wishing it was different, all trying to figure it out, and any feeling that what this person is doing is personal. I'm letting go of that now. I allow myself to release all poor me, any shred of victim consciousness. Allow it to dissolve completely now. I have the power. I am the power. Deep breath. Okay, and just observe the tingling in the body, the energy that's moved, what you've freed up, what you've let go of. Okay, now we're going to move on to approval. And maybe you criticise yourself a lot and you criticise others. Maybe you criticise your neighbours. Maybe you criticise the politicians. Yeah, everybody. We have to let go of disapproving of everyone and anyone. Because what does disapproval do to our cells, our chemistry? It puts us into stress state. So no matter how much the ego believes people deserve to be criticised and judged, we are overriding that old program, that old pattern, and saying no, unification, inclusivity, that's the way we're going. We are not going to be divided and conquered, no way. And so if you can see that that is a strategy and that we are not going to allow it to happen, you have to do this work, because if not, it becomes very challenging. I need to remind myself, not on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, when the critic comes in. So let's do it. And you can work on that same one person if you want. Quite often, all of this is entangled around each thing. Even although sometimes I really criticise, judge, hate, get furious at this person. And even although I get really angry and I sometimes lose my temper and I attack and I say things I really don't mean, and even although I judge them, how stupid they are, how could they be so stupid, and how can they not see what I see? Even although I'm doing all this disapproving, judging, shaming, criticising, even although I'm now understanding this is the program, the past, the reptilian brain, even although I still find myself delving into these negative aspects of my reactions and responses, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although the feelings feel very real, even although I can feel hate towards this person, anger, judgment. It's quite funny when you think about it, because it's not real, but it feels real. But I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Okay. Okay, so just let the energy move, and then we'll go to the way we would love it to be. I'm letting go of all judgment of myself and others. I allow myself to be aware of the inner critic. I allow all criticism of myself and others to be dissolved and smothered in unconditional love. I'm open to looking for the good in people. I'm open to overriding that automatic response to judge. I'm open to loving my neighbours, my family, my partner, my friends, my children, no matter what they think, believe, perceive. I have that power within to always choose love, to choose unconditional love over reaction. Because my body, my cells will get a huge benefit from this. I have the power to let go of the survival way to live, to move out from the stress hormones and into these expanded cellular states where all the fun's to be had. I have the power. I am the power. Deep breath. Now, some of you may just be sitting there watching me and not tapping and not saying anything. Join in. Feel the peace that these techniques give you. Doesn't matter how stupid you look or feel. Overcome that. Join in. Okay, so that's the approval, disapproval thing. And you can just repeat these round. You know, sometimes there's a lot to unhook. And I'm just giving you the very basics here. But if you want to be free, if you want to really let go of the past, nothing and no one can stop you. You just need to practice and repeat every day. Security. Let's look at feeling insecure in our relationships, insecure with the body. What's the body doing? If you've been given a horrible diagnosis or prognosis, or maybe you're just worried, there's so many people getting sick. I think we would, if you're human, you have to know when something goes wrong with the body. You're like, what the hell's happening now? Insecure about your body's abilities, your abilities to heal, insecure about your finances because it's crazy time, your business, etc. And insecure in your relationships, you know, wanting more from your kids perhaps, wanting more from your partner, wanting more from your friends. I think we're all feeling like, a little bit cut off and insecure because we've been kind of forced into this isolation. I know I've never, ever spent this much time in my own. It's just crazy. And I know it's not good for me. I need to reach out to people but I'm sort of, I suppose, healthy enough to identify that. But if you're sliding down into these insecurities and we've got too much time in our hands to think about all the negative stuff, well, we know how our mental health can suffer. So reach out. If you need help, reach out to me, reach out to a friend, and if you know anybody who needs help, you know, put a hand out to them as well. So let's just work on what we can do around insecurities. Even although I feel insecure all the time, I'm worrying about my health, my wealth, my relationships. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. How can I feel secure when I really do not know what is going to happen? Do I have the power to influence things? Do I have the power to change things? What happens if I can't get a job? What happens if I can't heal myself? What happens if I can't stick to the protocols? What happens if my partner or my children are criticising me? So even although I've got all these little worries in the back of my mind because my cells are contracted, and even although I can't help feeling like this, I've always been like this, I've always worried about in advance. Even although that's been the way I did things in the past and I didn't know I could change them, I thought being insecure would help me be secure. See what the mind does. But even although I've been having all these thoughts and feelings, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I've been finding it hard. Even although I've been worrying, I'm scared. What if, what if? Even although I've been trying to figure it all out and taking things personally. Even although I know all my thoughts aren't true, they still feel true sometimes. Even although I make up stories that are not helpful. And even although I often go to the worst case scenario, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Deep breath. You'll find that instantly helps how you feel. Observe the energy changing. Observe your cells. My friend used to say that the meridians, the energy lines in the body are like your drain pipes in the house. They get stuck full of leaves and rubbish. When we do this work, we literally are clearing our energetic drains. So tap with me. I allow myself to let go of all fear and insecurities. I have the power to think of the best case scenario. I allow myself to let go of fear. I allow myself to dive into the unknown with wonder and awe at the incredible things that I can create. It feels amazing to no longer have to worry, to be secure. It feels amazing that I've had this power inside all my life and I'm only waking up to it. I am a powerful energy being. I can let go of anything and everything that no longer serves me. I allow myself to expand. I allow the divine energy to flow. I allow the darkness to dissolve. I'm releasing all suffering. It is easy for me to let go. I allow myself to practice and to wake up to this phenomenal power, to stand in my power, to take back my power and let go of everything that no longer serves me. I am imperturbable and I am healing the past. I am a powerful, powerful being who is waking up. So again, just enjoy the buzz. And what we're going to do now is just go into a short meditation. How are we doing for time? Oh yeah, we're good. A nice short meditation. And what we're going to do with the breath this time is the complete opposite from what we've been doing. And I want you to breathe in and out through your nose if you can, really slowly and quietly. So the opposite of we're doing this is the Bateko method, where you just slow the breath right down. Keep going very, very gently in and gently out. So we keep the breath in and out through the nose if possible, but don't stress about that. Just breathe through the mouth if you have to. But if you can, nose in and out. Nice and even breaths. Slow and controlled. And overriding the system and the circuitry. Healing all disease within the body. And when you start to do this, you might feel what he calls air hunger, that you want to take a great big deep breath. Don't allow yourself to get stressed with this. Take a little bit deeper if you need to, and then just come back to this slow breathing. And like everything else, there is no one breath that suits and works for everyone. So I'm going to be bringing you different techniques for you to try. And then you can just keep practicing the ones you like. I'm just going to keep going with this for another couple of minutes. Again, pay very close attention to what your cells are doing. Observe your cells. Don't interfere with them, just observe them. Feel all that energy that you've just moved and released. Feel the lightness. Feel the cellular expansion as you just breathe very mindfully, very gently, and very slowly. And just keep going with that breathing. If you can, if it gets too much, just return to some normal breathing as I guide you through another gentle cellular expansion meditation. And today we're going to start at the top of the head. And you have a shower. I want you to imagine a shower above the head that gives off a bright diamond healing light. And when we turn the shower on, the light gently comes into the crown chakra, the top of the head. You can feel it gently tingling in the top of your scalp. Just switch the shower on now and allow that diamond light, high frequency healing energy to gently flow over your scalp, down into your forehead, your eyes, cheeks and nose, through your brain, eyeballs, into the jaw and all your teeth and your tongue, and all the way down into your throat, over the ears and into the neck. Feel this diamond, divine light fill every cell in the head. Allow the cells to harmonize, expand, and release anything that can inhibit your complete healing, health, and happiness. Feel the light come into the neck and over your shoulders. Feel the feeling of ecstasy. Every little intricate bone and muscle in the shoulders. Feel that light dissolving any weight you've been carrying along the shoulders and the neck. Allow that area to vibrate at a much higher level, dissolving the weight of the past, healing any discs, bones, muscle, nerves that need to be rebalanced there. And allow the light to come down through the arms, into the hands. Feel that tingling, diamond healing light. vibrating through every cell in the arms, the upper chest and back, coming down, upper digestive system, healing, loving, reminding the cells about balance and harmony. The heart, the lungs, our connection to life. Allow this energy to spread through the entire upper half of the body. Feel the light, loving and healing, as it comes down through the waist, into the hips, buttocks, the pelvic bowl, and all these precious internal organs, digestive and reproductive. Feel that light caressing every cell as the cells expand in ecstasy in this unconditional love, crystal diamond light. And the light comes down your legs, thighs, into the knees, these incredible joints. Maybe they need some extra love, healing. Down into the lower leg, calf, shins, the ankles. Again, intricate joints and ligaments and muscles of the feet that hold us up. So allow that light now to spread over the entire body. Feel the tingling, see the cells expand as we direct our vibration higher and higher, as we dissolve all wanting control, approval, security. Allow all the wanting to dissolve as we raise our vibration, heighten our perception, and rise above any conflict to the unified field. Allow your vibration to rise. Allow your disapproval to dissolve. All wanting dissipates, disappears, as we become completely free in the unified field. And feel your heart, this powerful magnetic organ. Allow yourself to forgive. Whether you're right or wrong, the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And just allow the heart energy to expand, letting go of past hurts. releasing the past and the hurt, allowing us to fly free, elevated above suffering. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Allow all disapproval to dissolve, all wanting control and security, just for now. Set it all free. Any feeling that is personal, welcome it and just let it go. And just feel the gratitude for the breath and for the waking up to the power that we have inside each one of us to move from suffering and emotional pain into these much higher states of being. Gratitude for any healing. Gratitude for spring being in the air. Gratitude for our friends and family that support us. Sending that frequency through every cell in the body. Change of chemistry. Higher states of vibration, love, acceptance, courage. And then just gently coming back into the room, into the body. Just maybe have a wee move to get yourself back. If you want to stay in that state, switch me off and just enjoy the buzz. And for those that are still with me, what I would like you to do now is think of the person that you were working on and see if they have changed. See if there's any difference in your perception of them now. And please do let me know if you've experienced a change or not. Sometimes we really hold on and we don't want, although we say we want things to change, we certainly don't want to take part in that. So there is a level of honesty and courage that has to happen. And the willingness, as I say, to say sorry when maybe you're not really sorry, but you're just sorry that conflict has happened rather than sorry that you created the conflict. And that's the bigger man that says sorry first. Forgiveness is where it is at. And I understand that can seem almost impossible depending on when things happened, but it's your route to freedom nonetheless. So please let me know if you have felt a difference around the person. like the intermittent fasting challenge, you know, it's people inspiring people with their recipes, with their success and their results. That's what keeps us going. That's why we want to do the work, because we want results. And if you're not getting results, why would you do it? Thanks, Valerie. It's all about results for me. Thanks, Susan. Did anybody find that the person had changed when they looked at them? Did you notice any difference in your perception of the person? I'm glad I had my accurate. Yes, it's very emotional, this work, and I think we're all pretty emotional right now in terms of it's not really going to take that much to make us cry. I was crying at a TV programme last night. But that's okay. You know, that what we've done is we've pushed stuff back down into the body. And as soon as you give the body permission to let go, as soon as you direct that I'm going to be free, you have to accept what comes up. And very often tears will be part of that. And it's healthy to cry, it's normal to cry. And it's a release, sometimes yawning, coughing, sometimes feeling sick, because the body's like, right, let's get all this out. You know, you're giving yourself permission to do that. So I really, really invite you not to try and push it back down again. Go somewhere where you can greet in peace and really let go of the pains and the, you know, it's hard. Let's not, you know, kid on. There's a lot of really challenging stuff going on right now and a lot of pain. You felt your hand being held, lovely. Good stuff. Yeah, what we talk about the Sedona method is release to completion. Yeah, great, Mary, and that's it. Being accepting of their behaviour. We call it release to completion. Is just keep letting go until you genuinely have no electrical current attached to that person. And, you know, sometimes it goes like that. You'd be amazed. And sometimes we forget to let go because it seems trivial. The stuff that's really irritating often is trivial, but that's firing your vagus nerve as well all day. So it's really good to do it with people because they're the ones that on a daily basis are likely to be twisting your melons. So yes, release to completion, keep tapping round. I'll take that section out the video again as well so that you can just practice on that. I've got tons of videos on my YouTube channel. You can go through them and find something for you. But yeah, remember, if somebody's pushing your buttons, don't blame the button pusher. Get in and release the button and work on all the control. Look at your underlying wants. You know, if you're trying to change somebody, you're trying to control them. And do you like people trying to control you? So you have to accept their behaviour. That's not, maybe doesn't mean you're going to hang out with them every night or every day. Sometimes in a work situation, you have to do that. So that's on a daily basis. And you'll find that you'll start to laugh at things that made you cry previously. And it's that when you get your sense of humour back once you start to feel yourself smiling and going, oh yeah, I was taking that all very seriously and I was making up very heavy stories around it, really securing the whole thing in because it's that objective, this is the way it is. And when you start to dissolve all the hooks, you realise that's not the way it is. That was just a snapshot in time. Very often we're holding on to grudges for somebody behaved in one snapshot in time badly and they've maybe done 20 million good things, but what do we think about that one thing? So we have to get the balance. And as I say, the forgiveness is not really about anybody else apart from you being free. Anyway, that's today. Tomorrow I will not be here at 10. I think I'll be probably going live a bit earlier, or maybe 11. I'll need to check my diary and see. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, for joining me. Keep doing the work. Let me know your results, because it's really, really helpful for me to know that what I'm doing is helping you guys. That inspires me, obviously, to want to do more as well. And it inspires other people to see the people that are sitting on the periphery right now, maybe not fully in, when they hear you and see you talking about it. So remember, download the app, share the YouTube channel, share the videos, tell people about the page. The website's currently under construction, and it's all getting rebranded. Not just my wee Weebly free site, we're getting the full singing and dancing thing. So we'll be able to bring this information to you much more efficiently. Yeah, teaching your neighbour. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Janice. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, loads of good stuff getting on right now. We need to, it's the groundswell, we need to be sharing, we need to be inspiring each other. That's what we need to be doing, because from the top it's all fear, fear, fear. And we're just like that. Let go, let go, let go. Breathe. Get into nature. Reconnect. Because we have the power. Thank you. Change for now, we'll keep tapping. That's a good point, actually, Joanne. What can happen is you tap on somebody and then suddenly you're like, oh, right, okay, I see that differently now. And very often that'll stay. Then sometimes things creep back in. It's just more, then people think they've gone backwards. You've not gone backwards, there's more residue, more energy there to be released. Just keep on keeping on, keeping on, keeping on. Keep practicing the piano to become the piano master. Keep practicing the techniques to become the master of your emotions and your destiny. Okay? Huge love. Ciao.